Hi, I'm Laura. I impulse bought a roof tent, stuck it on my car, and decided to start travelling the country pretending to know what I'm doing. So if you like a bit of chaos mixed with some adventure, you're in the right place. Hello, my fellow explorers. Today is Halloween, so what a perfect time it is to explore an abandoned castle. Hidden in the quiet heart of Galloway lies a place that time forgot, Kenmure Castle, a ruin standing on a mound above the still waters of Loch Ken. Half a mile south of New Galloway, it rises from the earth like a memory refusing to die. You can feel it as soon as you arrive. The silence. The way the wind catches in the broken windows, like breath through hollow bones. This is a place where Scotland's history and its hauntings blur into one. Kenmure Castle's story stretches back to the 13th century and possibly even earlier. This hill may once have held a fortress of the ancient lords of Galloway. But by the late 1200s, it belonged to the Gordon family, the proud lords of Loch, who ruled these lands for generations. Their home wasn't just a castle, it was a statement, power, bloodlines and unshakable loyalty to Scotland's crown. It is said that John Balliol, who would later become the King of Scotland, was born here at Kenmure in the year 1249. If that's true, these ruins cradle the cradle of a king. Centuries later, in 1563, it is said that Mary Queen of Scots herself stayed here, a royal guest within these very walls. Just imagine the flicker of torchlight, the rustle of the silk gowns brushing against the stone, the laughter of the nobles echoing through this courtyard. But loyalty to a queen came at a cost. In 1568, after Mary was defeated at the Battle of Langside, Kenmure Castle was burned by her enemies, a message to the Gordons for choosing the wrong side. And then, less than a century later, Cromwell's men arrived. Once again, the Gordons stood loyal, this time to King Charles I. And once again, their castle went up in flames. It seemed as though fire followed the Gordons wherever their hearts led them. The castle was rebuilt, remodelled, scarred and healed over centuries, but its story didn't end there. In 1715, the Gordons backed another lost cause, the Jacobite Rising, fighting to restore the Stuarts to the throne. The 6th Viscount of Kenmure marched out from here and never ever returned. He was captured, taken to London and beheaded for treason. After that, the estate was seized, the title gone, and Kenmure Castle fell silent once again. They say that silence doesn't last long here. When the night falls, Kenmure begins to breathe again. Some visitors speak of the basement, the cold air that moves against you, and the sensation of being watched by unseen eyes. Lights have been seen flickering along the corridor, glowing softly and fading just as quickly. Locals call them orbs, but others say that they are the souls of those who once sought shelter below, still trapped in the shadows of their home. And then there's the piper. Every Scottish ruin seems to have one, but Kenmure's tale runs deeper. They say he was loyal to the Gordons to the end, a musician who refused to abandon the castle when it burned. Now, on some nights, when the air is still and the mist drifts in from the loch, people claim they can hear him. A single, distant tune, a song for the lords who never came home. Outside, the walls, the land tells its own story. The hill slopes gently into the water. The remains of an old moat still visible when the light hits just right. It's easy to forget how many footsteps have crossed this ground. Knights, rebels, kings and queens, each leaving their mark and each fading away. Even now, standing here, you can almost feel the heartbeat of the place beneath your boots. It's not just history, it's memory, and it lingers. Kenmure Castle isn't just stone and ivy. It is a monument to loyalty, loss, and the passage of time. These ruins remind us that everything rises and falls, but stories survive. Maybe that's why I love places like this. They whisper. And if you listen closely enough, you can almost hear them whisper back. We took a journey around the entire castle, all of the remains, and looked over the hills into the distance. It was really quite surreal to know how many people have stepped foot on this land, how many stories have been created in this very building. You could almost feel the atmosphere within the air, the eeriness, the animosity, the frightening experiences, the fear that once held the grounds. So thick you could almost taste it. By the mid-20th century, the building had fallen into complete decline. In 1958, the interior was stripped, the roof removed, leaving the castle a roofless shell. This ruin is now a scheduled monument. As we explore the vast grounds, we encounter many a tree. Trees that had been there for hundreds of years, had seen hundreds of things. Paths upon which lords and ladies will have taken a promenade, discussed their daily goings-on, relaxed before their evening meal. The keeps for their livestock, the trees with their fruits. Every single part of this castle and grounds has a story to tell.
Oh yeah, look, taps. And then if you look, I don't know, can you see, there's a doorway there. Yeah.
The further on the grounds we wandered, the darker the atmosphere felt. As we headed back to the car, we took in the history that we had just walked upon. Hey, ain't I good at telling a scary story? Right, back to the good stuff. Drove for about 30 minutes after the castle and found this beautiful spot off the road. Pitched up for the night while the kids had some food. Jenny and Shelley played some badminton and did it quite badly. This was just a chill night because I'd absolutely ruined my knee the night before, so we got settled and I went to bed. So this is me set up for the night. I'm in the car this evening with Benidorm on, propped up against the cool box, sat on my back seats because the ground was a little bit too stony to pitch the awning. So we've improvised. I've cracked the windows so I can hear the kids. They're all locked in. It's going to be an odd one tonight. But we'll make do. Night. Good morning. 7 a.m. I can feel the kids moving about on top of the car. A bit cowed in here, but we made it through the night. Top tip, don't sleep in the back of a Ford Focus unless you're less than 5 foot because I'm just about tall enough and even I had to keep my legs above last night. Plus, the seats don't lie down flat, so I've been led on a sleeping bag all night. I've just been slipping down the seats. Not ideal, but it was a bed for the night. We made do. Perks of wild camping. Oh. So I'm going to get up, I'm going to cook the kids some breakfast. We're going to get tidied and packed up and then we're going to head home today. I must say it was a very, very eerie morning. It was very misty. Everything was close to the ground. There was spider webs everywhere you could see. So quite frankly, I'm quite glad that I didn't sleep in the awning because God knows what I could have had in my mouth. No pun intended. Look at those spider webs, they're so cool. Cooked us all a little bit of bracken. Of course, had some monster, did a little food dance, woohoo. And then we went for a mooch around the grounds from where we'd been staying. Honestly, what a little treasure this was. Look at all the webs and the mushrooms. There was furry rings everywhere. The forest was so thick, it was ridiculous. We found a little path through, past a dead tree that had fallen many a moon ago. Yeah.
It's a bit stinky.
Then just to add a little bit more freak to the situation, we found these.
Oh, they've got teeth in them.
Heck. I know it's a deep dark woods. We continued our journey.
You're sure of a big surprise. Oh, spider's web.
And found the world's natural trampoline. The kids absolutely loved this. They thought it was such an adventure. Very weird to walk on, I must say, and very, very frightening considering how many spiders was probably in this piece of grass. Passed over a cute little river and then decided not long after that it was probably time to head back. The whole place appeared untouched. You could tell that this wasn't somewhere that many people passed through. Did manage to find some really cool toadstools, but not nearly as big as what I wanted, which was sad.
Oh my God, there's one here as well.
So we turned ourselves around, started to head back over the natural trampolines and made our way back to the car. Shipshape got everything packed away and off we went.
So, wild camping trip successfully completed. We are now on the way home. We've got another 200 miles to travel. We've already been off for an hour. But yeah, good trip. I'll drop all the locations in the comments.
Now, if you love stories like this, where history and hauntings collide, make sure you subscribe and join me on the next adventure. Let me know if this is something that you'd like to see more of, because this was a really, really exciting thing to do. So hit that like, share and subscribe button. I'm Laura the Explorer, and this was Scotland.